What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the NewsRealm. Today we have a huge update on Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. The GamesCom trailer has dropped. We had a little spoiler the other day or yesterday on what was coming, but there's some fine details that we can stop and take a look at now that we have the official trailer that we can go through. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and head over there now. And here we are. So I'm going to play this. I'm not going to play the audio because they seem to be really fussy about that. But we are going to play this, and we'll stop on sections that we want to talk about, all right? So here we go. Yeah, the good old arcade machines. Got to love that. Seeing images of the Super Nintendo versions, Game Boy Advance versions. Ooh, question marks. What are they? We already know. Of course, Trilogy, Mortal Kombat 4. Hold on. I want to say something about this Mortal Kombat 4, okay? Before we go any further. Okay. For a minute there, it was really... I thought for a second it was like, whoa, that looks very jagged, almost like it's the PlayStation version or something. I don't think it is, because Raiden's hat... Well, I don't remember. What does the opening look like? Does the opening look... Is his hat fully circular? Because I know in the PlayStation version it's very octagonal or whatever. Let's keep going. All right. So here we go. The big reveal. That's right. Mortal Kombat Mythologies, Sub-Zero, and Mortal Kombat Special Forces. They were rumored, and now it is true. Not sure how I feel about Special Forces, but I like Mythologies. Here's what kind of the user interface looks like. Looks good. I really like how that looks. Little bits and pieces here. This is the kind of stuff I can't wait to dig into. Now, what I find funny is they allow you to turn you can turn the machine and look at it. It says Mortal Kombat version 4.0, the definitive version of Mortal Kombat on its original T-Unit hardware, the same system that powered Smash TV and High Impact Football. Started arriving in arcades in September 92, about 6 or 7 weeks after the first public version. So they were churning out the updates pretty quick. And what I find amusing is we still don't have Daniel Pesina on the side of the machine. That's a damn shame. Are we seriously that... we're button heads that bad? Seriously? That we can't put him back on the machine? Come on, man. He's the OG Cage, OG Scorpion, Sub-Zero. Why are we doing him so dirty like this? Can we just put him back on the machine? I mean, his brother's all over the place. They don't seem to care about that. Why are we picking on Daniel like this? Now, maybe Daniel doesn't want it. Maybe he's like, you know what, I'm good, you know? But hey, I still think that this is just petty as shit. I just think it's incredibly petty to not have him on the side of the machine here. I mean, come on, guys. For real. It's a nitpick. It's not going to dampen my excitement for this or anything, but seriously. Let's keep going. Little sketches and stuff. Very much looking forward to dig into that. Here we have... I like stopping on this stuff and really checking it out. Oh, Fatality Trainer. Isn't that neat? A Fatality Trainer for all the games. And a stage... You select your stage, match settings, this, that, and all that good stuff. So, a Fatality Trainer. How cool is that? You can pick your level. So, for those of you that are... a little rough around the edges on your fatalities, showing the online multiplayer so that you can see there's no lag. Local versus definitely is a welcome thing as well. CRT filters, that's cool. Character histories. So you can go to any character and it will show you the history of that character throughout this particular series on this collection. I like that. And here's one that I really like. Being showcased here on Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. Oh no, you know this level, you die like 9,000 times. However, whoa, that's right, a rewind feature. Thank you. Thank you very much, a rewind feature. Now that's what I'm talking about. They just showed the Game Boy MK2. Yeah, man. Oh, there was some bonky donk in there. Saw the bonky donk. And here we go. Here's the big one. Now, I noticed a lot of people just blew right by this and didn't say a word. They're just, oh, yeah, cool. Having no idea what they just saw. But us hardcores, us OG fans from back in the day that grew up with these arcade machines, and obviously the magazines, Game Pro, Electronic Gaming Monthly, we know what this is. And when I saw this, I'm like, hold up, for real? Because this is such a sought-after version of MK3, Ultimate MK3, that it's just unbelievable. You would think that at some point it would have a ROM dump. Never happened. It's almost so rare that it's become a legend, almost mystical in its own way of its existence, because it only existed in certain test markets like Chicago. I think there was one other test market, but it never saw the light of day in the full public setting. It was only tested a very short period of time, and that is the WaveNet UMK3. That's right. Back in the day, they had tested the idea of having arcade machines be able to fight against each other through the internet, essentially. So you could go to your arcade and then fight people through that game that are at a different arcade. So a very early concept of online play that we obviously are just used to these days. And so here we have WaveNet UMK3, and what's more important about this and makes it different is that you can play as Noob Saibot. And look at some of those moves. Look at some of those moves. Let's go back. Well, I really saw one move, but there was a shadow, like, uppercut thing there. Here we go. Look at that. There's like a shadow slam or something. Now, obviously, he would get this move in Trilogy. We would see this move in Trilogy. I think we see this move in Trilogy. Am I right? I don't know. But here it actually has the shadow effect. Noob Saibot, playable character in this. And I think it's through a combat code, much like Ermac, Molina, Classic Sub-Zero were. So the fact of the matter is that we are getting this absolutely rare as hell version of the arcade game, UMK3 arcade game, the WaveNet version. And I do remember seeing this in a magazine and them talking about this in little screenshots of the WaveNet logo and everything. I may even have that magazine. I'll have to go and sift through all my old game magazines and see which one did have it. But I know for a fact I saw it in the magazine, read about it in the magazine way back in the day, probably when I was in high school, reading magazines when I shouldn't be. But I do remember it, and then the rumor about it grew, and then it just never happened. And then you would think there would be ROM dumps and stuff like that. There just hasn't been. It just hasn't been out there. So the fact that they actually went in and they got this and made it available for this collection is absolutely awesome. I mean, that is just freaking awesome. I know it's just UMK3 with a couple little tweaks, but still, this was something. I mean, literally, it's so sought after that people literally thought it was made up. They thought it was just a bunch of bullshit, but it's not, because I remember, like I said, seeing the screenshots in a magazine and them talking about it. And yeah, finally, after all these years, something that never actually has seen the public light of day. It's only ever seen a very short window of a test market. We're finally going to get our hands on the WaveNet UMK3. That shit is crazy. People are like, oh man, Mortal Kombat, Mythologies, Sub-Zero, and Special Forces. And it's like, hey, you know what, that's kind of cool, throwing a little something different. But then they hit me with this at the end, and I'm like, hold on. I had to stop for a second, because I'm like, whoa. Why do I recognize that logo? And it's because I was thinking about that damn magazine from back in the day when I read about it. And I was like, holy shit. Seriously? Okay. All right. You hit me on that one. That was totally for the hardcore fans, because I promise you, anybody that's under 40 probably doesn't remember that or even knows about it for that matter. You know what? I'll say mid-30s and under probably doesn't know about it. I'd say, if you're in your mid-30s and up, you probably do know about it. Or you're a super hardcore Mortal Kombat fan, regardless of age, and you've done your homework, you've looked at the history, and you know everything about it. then you too saw this and you were like, oh shit, really? So that was shocking. That technically is a third game, so that's 3 games that were announced here in this Gamescom trailer, which would mean we're probably not going to get Mortal Kombat Gold, which I know everybody is really kind of wanting. So that's a bummer. But I mean, what are you going to do? Not a whole lot. We are getting a shit ton of stuff as it is. So I'm happy with that. If they do another collection, like obviously they're going to do the 3D collection, I'm sure at some point. And what's funny is I see tons of comments on other videos. Man, I want the 3D games. And it's just funny to me because it's making me feel really old. Because the only ones out there that are clamoring for that 3D game collection, they're just, most of them aren't my age, okay? Because me personally, I'm not a big fan of the 3D games. It was a huge departure on what Mortal Kombat is and plays like. I love the story stuff in it. And I do love some of the character designs and stuff. But man, the 3 fighting styles and all that, it really turned me off. Wasn't a fan of it. I played them. Again, I told you before, you guys know, I'm a hardcore Mortal Kombat fan. I own all the Mortal Kombats. I play all the Mortal Kombats. When I say there's a Mortal Kombat I'm not a fan of, such as the 3D games, I'm still a fan of it. I still like it, but that's just me. I have to go there and make it so because I have such a love for the original arcade games. And Part 9 I really like. Part, I'd say X is good. I like X. And 11, not so much, the new one, but there's times you can like the new one too. But when it's all said and done, I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. And if the 3D collection does come out, obviously I'm going to freaking get it. But it's just making me feel old because the ones really clamoring for that 3D collection, they're like 30 years old, 32 years old, 25 years old, somewhere in there, right? Because they grew up with them 3D games, so they're really clamoring for it. And I get it, man, because I grew up in the arcades with these original games, and these are the ones I'm clamoring for, so I get it. I'm a fan of all of them. I'm just letting you know that my excitement is dialed down for the 3D collection, but I'm still a fan, so calm down out there. Calm down. You don't know, man. What are you talking about, man? The 3D games are the best, man. Calm down, Sally, okay? I love all Mortal Kombat, but I got to put it on certain tiers, all right? Original arcade games, home versions of those arcade games, it's up here. 3D games, they're in there somewhere. They're in there somewhere. Mortal Kombat 9 goes up a little bit. X is kind of there. 11's kind of below X. I know everybody loves 11, but 11's actually below X for me. And then there's, Mortal Kombat 1 right down here somewhere. But anyway, that's just how I feel about it. All right? I'm super excited for this. I can't wait for this to release. I was hoping it was going to be September 30th, but now it's like maybe it's October 30th or something. Have they given us an official date? Maybe I missed it in all my excitement just watching this and like, oh yeah, maybe I missed it somewhere. Now it might be the end of October, which is like, oh, come on, man. Just give me the damn game already. The digital game, please. Let's get it over with. Let's get it out here, get it over with. I already got my hard copy pre-ordered for Nintendo Switch 2, so I'm getting that on December 12th. But I can't wait that long. Unless that's December 12th may be the release date for all of it. Digital, whatever. I have no idea. But I can't wait. I really can't wait for this. So, yeah. There you go. If you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified when I upload more videos. And with that said, I will catch you all down the road.